Hello there everybody, Summers Locus here. Welcome back to the railway. Welcome to another period or decade video. Today I'll be doing the 1940s. Now as you know, 1940s was an absolute terrible decade with World War II in the early 1940s, and then in the late 1940s obviously Cold War starts and it's not very nice. But during that year, it seemed that the whole attention was going to the Southern Railway, where most of it was happening as of the bottom of Britain, and everything was happening in Kent, technically, in that sort of area. And obviously, you've got Dunkirk, D-Day landings, so on, so on, so on. And it's Oliver Bullard who's really doing all the work, technically doing the war efforts of the railway lines. And not a lot of locomotives are being built. Obviously, you got the ugly duckling Q1. With that locomotive, absolute ugly beast. But I've already got two locomotives in my collection that are from the 1940s, unfortunately, which I'm actually quite surprised about that. I thought there was going to be a couple more, but no, obviously not. So, 1940s today. I think the locomotives that I'll be showing you today, both from different railway companies, and both from British Railways, because at that time, British Railways came into power in 1948. Nationalisation happened. If you didn't know that. Very good tip for you, and fact as well. So, let me show you the locomotives that I'll be running today, and have a little bit of history of them. So, let's meet them. So, starting off from the Southern Railway, we have the Battle of Britain class. Now, this was built in 1942 to 1948, when British Railways came into power. Now, they were built by Oliver Bullard, funny enough. Now, the very first one didn't look anything like this one, which is sort of the box boiler. This Spitfire here was built in 1946, and unfortunately it had a crash in 1965, which really put the end to its life and was scrapped completely. There's one thing Oliver Bullard was notoriously known for, was lying. He actually lied about this creation, because at the time mixed traffic was supposed to be very useful, but he was supposed to be building this as a passenger locomotive, but lied and said it was a mixed traffic. He managed to get it in, but unfortunately, as I said, Spitfire did have a little problem and crashed with diesel locomotive, because diesel locomotives were just coming in, and here it goes around again. And Spitfire here was, as I said, scrapped in 1965, the same year it had a crash, and that's probably the end of its life. Now, the Battle of Britain can still be seen. One is, the closest from here is Near Valley Railway. Unfortunately, the one there is having a bit of an overhaul at Loughborough Great Central Railway. And we have a bit of a problem, if you can just see, we have got a bit of a derailment, which, I think that's about time. I'll show you the next locomotive from the LNER. So the second and final locomotive is A3, this Peppercorn Tornado. Now, Tornado wasn't actually built back then. It was actually built in 2001, a new build, because there's no left, unfortunately. But these were built in 1948 to 1949, design of Richard Peppercorn, I think. I might be mixing in with another person. I better check that out. Tornado's graduate at the time was now quit and asked for retirement, and Tornado here was actually, as I said, was built in 2001 from a new build of the A3 Peppercorn, and it was actually designed from I just call him Mr. Peppercorn at the moment. Don't know the first name. You can tell me in the comments what his first name was, because I've completely forgotten. Now the A1 and A3 were actually linked to A1 and A3 Peppercorns that were actually linked together, technically. But as I said, there is one A1 and one A3, which is Blue Peter and Tornado. Tornado is currently having an overhaul after they found flat spots on the actual wheels, which, if you keep doing it, it'll just go like down the railway line, which you don't want that. They start being scrapped in 1959, and all of them were scrapped by 1966. And obviously, one was kept, which was A1 Peppercorn, Blue Peter. Tornado here came on quite a few years later, and Salazar 2. Funny enough, if you want to know this, Tornado is actually the granddaughter of the Flying Scotsman, because it's technically the last remaining ancestor of the A3 Flying Scotsman. Right, our 2 locomotives done. Now more to go. Well, that's none because I've already got 2. Back to me up there. And with that, that's the end of another decade video. So, hope you enjoyed it. And I forgot to mention last week, what was your favourite locomotive? We'd like to know. What's your favourite company? Tornado is literally the only one still going, because the Battle of Britain has, if you see this one, hang on, finger. This post car here, or the TPO car, Southern, is notorious for derailing, and it's just like every single time. And Tornado does not like the loft hatch circle over there. It keeps slowing down to, like, if it was real, about 4 or 5 miles per hour, which is a bit icky, slightly. But anyway, put down in the comments for this video which one was your favourite locomotive. As you know, I always like to know. And also keep some requests coming, because I haven't done requests because a couple of oh dear, Tornado has stopped. I swear those coaches have been moving. Obviously not. Yeah. Well, 2 failed locomotives. So, with that, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one for some more videos. Goodbye everyone, and I'll see you on the next video. For this one will be 1950s. Yeah, 50s. So, see you then. Goodbye for now. Bye.